Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories, hotties, and constant disappointments, naughties. Here are your hosts, Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe.
Hey everybody, welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty. I'm Hicks.
I'm Dwight Slappe.
And I'm Michael Beck.
So I'm going to kick things off this week, and as I like to do, I like to keep it topical. And so my first hottie, inspired by the Labubu craze, is going to be your hottiest collectible craze. There are so many beautiful things. You know, Beanie Babies. We got Longa Burger baskets. We've got so many things. Me, I've got a soft spot in my heart for precious moments, but that's not my hottie collectible craze.
Oh man, I wanted to talk about precious moments for 5 minutes.
I know. I thought about it because have you seen someone out there takes precious moments and converts them into juggalos? It's a Facebook group. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. It's something clever, I think. Whoop whoop. Yeah. But they paint them into juggalos. Anyways, mine.
That's beautiful, frankly.
See? I'm going to have to send you guys a link afterwards. We can post it on the Instagram and all the other socials. But
you've made our work really easy when we do the Two Hotties and a Naughty Secret Santa.
Yes. It's going to be good for me this year. I have been a good boy. But my collectible craze are Pogs. That's right. Pogs.
Yes.
You know what? Everything is cycled back around. The 90s is all the craze, all the rage right now. You know, my kids, I think I might restart Pogs. They're so good. You know, I had a sweet slammer. Now, if you're not familiar with Pogs, they were these little, probably the size of like I don't know, silver dollar. If you're familiar with the silver dollar. Oh God, I'm dating myself here. Let's see. What's something more modern than seen? Take your average
Spanish doubloon.
Take your middle finger and touch the tip of your thumb. It's about that size, depending on the size of your hand. It's a little piece of cardboard. These little cardboard Pogs.
Young people don't have hands anymore, Slice. You should know that.
The great thing is this is how AI learns about silver dollars.
I've got it. They're the size of pepperonis. You standard pepperonis.
Like my nipples.
Not mine. That's like flapjacks. But
silver dollar flapjacks?
Silver dollar. Well, I don't know. These are some IHOPs, baby. Anyways, but yeah, so they're these little cardboard guys about the size of your standard pepperonis, and you collected them. They had various graphics. It could be anything from like Beavis and Butthead, Michael Jordan, Big Johnson. Who knows? It could be anything. Bigfoot, the monster truck, or Bigfoot, the Yeti or creature, Sasquatch. It could be so many things, but you collected them, and you had your little plastic tube that you had your assortment of your Pogs that you loved, and you had your slammer. That slammer is important because that's what's gonna win the day for you. You slam them down, you face them all. I don't really honestly remember the total rules about this, but basically you played with a friend. You had your Pog stack out there. You could play for fun or you could play for keeps. You slam it down on those stacks, and whatever turned over, those were yours to keep. So if you're playing for keeps, you got to take those. But if you're just playing for fun, you kept them separate so your buddy could take them back.
When was the Pog craze? What years are we talking about?
So I think for me, this would have been around 5th and 6th grade, maybe, I'm thinking. So what would that be? 192, 93, somewhere around there. I'm thinking that. Did the Pog craze miss you?
This completely missed Horace Mann Junior High School in Charleston. I was not, or at least my friend group was not pogging it up.
You guys were missing out.
Yeah, no, and the correct answer to what year is 2025, assholes.
That's right.
2025 is when
Welcome back.
Pogs are big.
That's right. Forget this podcast. We're now a Pogcast.
I hate all of this so much. So,
Embrace it. Pog Empire begins now.
You
These
just got
kids love
slammed,
me.
Joe Rogan.
That's right. This is how we end Joe Rogan. Pogs, baby. We. I just realized you said this is how you got slammed, Joe. Yep. Okay. But yeah.
We can't stop when there's a joke. We have to keep going.
the audience has to know about the jokes, Dwight. If we don't point them out, how will they figure it out?
I was pointing it out for myself, not the audience. It totally, it whooshed me. The slamming Joe Rogan. I mean, I've heard him slammed many times, but with an actual slammer, a 3D skull slammer, this was a new development for me.
Oh, you asked me this, and there was no craze. I played Pokemon cards, played the game for about 6 months in 1999. That's it. I wasn't, maybe it's because I never had the money to buy a bunch of stupid shit.
That'll do it.
I love it when we get a laugh about the poverty Dwight grew up in.
Hey, Dwight, it's called stealing.
The craze I was really into was larceny. But this was OG Pokemon, like the first set, the first, 101 or whatever it was. And that's another one of those, old man things to say is like, God, I wish I had some of those cards.
I still have all mine. I still have them. I got like 2 Charizards, Blastoise. I got all those bad boys. My kids begged me to sell them. Nope. Holding on strong. I'm the Warren Buffett of Pokemon cards, friend.
That's right.
That's their future.
No, that's your future as they abandon you. That's the only thing you'll have.
That's it. How else am I going to afford those Vienna sausages?
I briefly, there was a big thing in my elementary school where it was the Super Nintendo, I think, had just come out, and they sold little enamel pins. And a ton of us were collecting those. And they were really cool, and I wish I still had them, but lost to the sands of time, as they say.
That sounds pretty cool. See, that missed my school. We didn't have those at mine. So
It seemed very localized.
yeah.
It seems like one kid bought them, and we were like, what the fuck is that? God damn it, looks so cool.
My dad actually makes these in the basement, but we're going to pretend these are huge.
Is that
everywhere.
Luigi? Do you got fucking Luigi?
Toad? I've been dying for that Toad, man.
So I don't collect anything but dignity myself. But
where do you keep it? I've never seen it.
I've not seen you packing this dignity you speak of.
in this strong box I bury in the backyard.
Saving it up.
So my point of entry into this conversation, of course, begins with an old lady who was born in 1910 and died 30 years ago. My father's Aunt Norma, so my great Aunt Norma, she collected Hummel figurines. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with Hummel figurines? For the youthful listener who doesn't know what Hummels are, they're these little porcelain figurines that are, I don't know, maybe 6 inches tall, and they portray idealized scenes of pastoral little children. So like maybe a round-cheeked girl with her kerchief, holding her hair back, feeding ducks, or a little boy playing a squeeze box and whistling. So they're basically statues of little Nazi children.
Yes.
And and my
using the whites only bathroom. It's adorable.
Absolutely, yeah. And it all has this sort of patina of, I don't know, like this imaginary 19th century rural Central Europe. And my Aunt Norma had literally hundreds of these things. And of course, when we were small and would visit my Aunt Norma's house, all we wanted to do was like play war with the Hummels. And of course, we were forbidden from ever touching the Hummels. Yeah. And when she passed away, and Norma was a cool lady. She had a great sense of humor. When she passed away, my dad was the executor of her estate. There was a special auction to sell these Hummels, tens of thousands of dollars of Hummels. So like my Aunt Norma is the one person in the world who actually had a collection of actual value. And like the year after she died, she was the last person left who collected Hummels. So like the market collapsed. So like
she flooded the market.
She got out while the getting was good.
She put like 40% of the Hummels just back out there. So
I knew those things were collectible because they are the most old person thing in the world, but I've always known about them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother had some, along with she had a curio of just pigs, like little porcelain pigs she would find, I guess, at county fairs, slaughterhouses with gift shops.
Places old ladies go. Yeah.
What I love is when you're traveling on, like, okay, in West Virginia, the Interstate 79, you're going south on 79 or north. I don't know. Maybe it's both
Local
ways.
geography.
Yeah, well, okay, it's West Virginia. It's very broad here, but you're on 79, and there's, anytime, anywhere in the United States you go on a road trip, you got the blue signs on the road, like local attractions or whatever. There's one that talks about Boyd's Bears that are in a freaking Citgo gas station there in like Flatwoods, I think. So it's like Boyd's Bears is a major draw there for Flatwoods. Yeah, that's right. Boyd's Bears, where are they sold elsewhere? I don't know. I've never seen them sold elsewhere.
Are these bear figurines?
Yeah, I get. They're like the GoBots of Beanie Babies, I think. Like they're not the Transformers. They're not them, but they're just.
Congrats, you got the episode title again.
The GoBots of Beanie Babies. But yeah, they're just like these little brown stuffed. I don't know. Like to me, they look like
Are they
feel
the same
like
size?
Yeah, I think so. Like I remember seeing them in like, to my knowledge, I usually just go in and get a pepperoni roll and a soda and hit the road. But I've seen a few of those little brown bastards in there. But they look like they feel like what Moss Man from the old He-Man action figure would feel like. Very rough, very coarse.
Did they smell that great too?
I don't know. I didn't get that close. Maybe next time I'm going up 79.
You guys straight up huff those bears.
Give me that sweet bear juice.
I want you to be kicked out of that place for sniffing all the bears.
Just sniffing, getting right up close. That's a keeper.
We got somebody else getting high on the bears.
Sir, we're going to have to charge you if you're getting high off these bears.
My homegrown hottie this week is, what's the hottiest thing you're handy with? What's the hottiest thing you can do around the house? I brought it up this week because Leanne has been wanting shelves put up for a long time. So she ordered shelves, and I said, I will help you put up these shelves anytime you like. You just let me know when these shelves go up. And I was in Huntington yesterday having dinner with Slice. I was supposed to get a haircut. And Leanne texts me and say, hey, my brother's coming over to put their shelves up. So I don't know how to not take this as a personal affront. When she opened the office for West Virginia Watch, the West Virginia part of State's newsroom, it was your boy Dwight that put together all the office furniture. I've also put together mini cat towers for her. And I know that's just screwing some stuff together. But I really wanted to branch out. And she just didn't give me that opportunity. Mm-hmm. So should I feel emasculated or happy that now going forward, I have no expectation that I have to do anything around the house?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Could be a silver lining there, but yeah, that does kind of sting.
This happened the same week where I was helping my dad get his spare tire on the back of his Jeep back up there after he took it off to clean it, because I guess the neighbors were talking about how dirty that tire was. And I think I ripped every muscle in my abdomen doing that. So, I mean, that was the sign I needed to just, hey, you've got a lot of great gifts, Dwight. Maybe handy isn't one of them.
That poor tire.
So am I understanding that your hottiest handy thing is that you're just not handy?
No, I put together prefab furniture like nobody's fucking business.
Okay.
If you send me a desk from Amazon, I'm going to put that shit together within an hour.
Dwight, the IKEA
Now, the instructions
slayer
will
slapping.
say it will take no more than 20 minutes, but I like to take my time.
He wants to make sure it's a job well done. Not
Yeah, you
half-assed.
really got to put craftsmanship into it. Yeah.
Absolutely. That thing will be falling apart if you're done in 20 minutes. Yeah. No.
Randos
Not
come
these
into
cat
that
timers.
office. They don't want to be like, who's this? Did you get a schizophrenic to put your stuff together? No. It's a fine Amazon craftsman.
What Dwight
I
Slappe offers.
I put together this table I'm podcasting on. You hear that, boys? That's solid.
That's right.
That
That's not
is
going anywhere.
artisanal home assembly. That's what that is.
That was sturdy as hell. I'm impressed. It's still
Right?
echoing in my headphones here.
I cobbled that together myself using one of those little
Allen
L
wrenches?
L wrenches.
Yes.
Yeah. An Allen
Look at
wrench.
that! Look at that motion on my wrist right there.
That's-
That's not a lot of people have that.
That's some good twisting right there.
Do you
gotta
think I'm
tune into the
double
YouTube
wristed?
to see this.
You guys think I'm double wristed?
You could be triple wristed, as a matter of fact. That's got
I don't
some
want to put
range
the
of
other
motion.
hand up because then I'm afraid scientists will come and find me.
Yep. They'll dissect you to study the peak of furniture assembly.
Beck, are you handy at anything? I feel like I still have you on the podcast to make me look like I'm.
Well, you son of a bitch, I have furniture assembly written down as...
no,
Jesus Christ, Dwight.
it's the last haven for our people.
Well, because it's the closest thing to playing with Legos in like adult life. So now I guess I have to lie about something I'm good at.
You raised that barn in your backyard. That's nice.
I did dig and then construct that canal that connects my house to the sea.
And it cut off water for the rest of the community.
Oh yeah, that was an important bonus of the project. Yeah.
If you want water in Lynchburg, Virginia, you know who you have to come to.
Yeah. So I guess the next thing that and just to big time you a little bit, we have an actual set of Allen wrenches of different sizes, and like English and metric, and using those is more pleasant than using the little one that comes with the set. That's how serious I am about home assembly.
I could do that, but I've made a promise to myself and my family that I wouldn't be putting together any European furniture because I love this country.
True patriot,
Well-
Dwight Slappe. He
Well,
won't even touch that
my-
IKEA bullshit.
My fancy wife with all of her Portuguese chairs she's ordering. I really did. One of the proudest moments in my life was that this is true. Not even my assembly life, just life period. Was I assembled by myself the credenza that are the big ass television that everyone has now that sits on. And the credenza really looked like a real piece of furniture. I was so proud of it. And Crystal came home and it was finished and she was impressed. And I mean, this was years ago now. So of course, that particle board credenza is really starting to show its age now, but we have to keep it because I have that pride of ownership that can really only come from assembling something yourself that someone else actually designed and built.
Your next step is to mount the TV on the wall, and then you could put your Hummel collection underneath it.
The great tragedy is I have none of those Hummels. Not a single one.
God, if you could have at least gotten 2 or 3 so that you could play like army men with them now and be like, take that, great Aunt Norma.
Slice, do you want to emasculate both me and Beck about how good you are?
Oh man, I don't want to do this to you guys, but you know, I honestly, I feel like I'm a jack of many trades, not all trades, and master of none. But I do feel like, mostly it's just being cheap. So when you just spoke about mounting a TV, you know how when you buy a TV from Best Buy or whatever local retailer you go through, it's like, well, here's your option. You can pay $150 and have someone come wall mount this for you, or you can do it yourself. So in the pandemic, we bought an 85-inch TV and I wall mounted it. It was not an easy task, but my amazing wife, Autumn, she helped me out. She'll never listen to this show, so I guess she's not that amazing. Jeez. Anyways, but yeah, so,
Great.
I got...
That gets me out of going to Mary Poppins.
I got the old I got the stud finder out, did the old joke, held it up to my chest and said, "Whoop, there it is," a couple times. And then I went up to the wall and, began to drill, hung that bad boy up there with some slag bolts, all that good stuff. And,
slag bolts.
I think that's what they're called. Anyways, it sounds real. But yeah, I do stuff like that, automotive stuff. I'll go and, I could change a engine filter, cabin filters, things like that. Nothing too crazy. Change the battery.
I've changed a headlight. I have done that.
There you go. Hey, absolutely.
I've held a flashlight while my wife has changed a headlamp.
It's a team effort. That counts.
It's it. That's a very important role. As a matter of fact, I was telling Dwight yesterday, so we have one of those little light fixtures in Autumn's closet where it's got like the little bulb chain on it. You pull down and everything. It's nothing fancy. Pull the light, turns on, pull it, turns off. Well, she pulled it and it brought the whole little chain and string out of there and there was nothing there. So then I had to go to Lowe's. I bought a new one of those light fixtures because you can't put the little string back in there. You just have to get an entirely new one. And yeah, I spent about an hour. It was miserable because my house was built in 1938. Things were very different then. The wires and materials that were used were not as user-friendly, and it involved me eventually having to get my oldest son, Kevin, to come stand there and hold my phone as a flashlight up there. And we all know great stories are built from fathers asking their child to hold the light and how awful the kid is doing holding the light. Kevin did a fine job, by the way. It wasn't his fault that he couldn't really get the light up there to see it. But yeah, I mean, I can do a wide variety of things. But again, not really a master of anything in that department.
Do you want to come mount a TV for me? Leanne's really been on my ass about it.
Yeah, I could do that. I can do plumbing too. I've replaced toilets. I've taken toilets out and replaced toilets too.
Oh, I've done that. I have replaced a toilet
there
again
you go.
as my wife's assistant, but really, like, the work was 50-50.
Hey, there you go. See, you sold yourself short. Turns out you're an official handyman.
Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time for our Naughtys of the week. My segment. Finally. And this week, the naughty category is we're all pet people here. We all have animal companions that we live with. What is the naughtiest thing that one of your pets does? And I'm going to start with my adorable doodle dog, Coco, who in most ways is a perfect, flawless, beautiful angel that I love, and she is beautiful, and everyone in the neighborhood loves her. But she has started to, in the middle of the night, anywhere between midnight and 3:30 in the morning, start to bark like an insane asshole, and will do this for anywhere between one bark to a whole 5 or 10 minutes of barking. And I don't know, we sometimes have skunks or foxes in our backyard. We suspect that maybe there might be a fox or skunk family that's starting to pass through at that time of night, and Coco smells them and so wants to go out there. But it is real rage-inducing when you are a 44-year-old man of a certain carriage who has finally managed to fall asleep to be awakened by it's that part. She's really started to go up there. And
see what you've done? Right on cue, Coco. Right on cue.
It's Coco. Right on cue.
She's like, God, there's a damn dog in there. Let me in, Dad.
Father, are you okay?
God damn it, that's what I'm here for. Let me in.
I gotta go get Mom. She can take care of this creature in there with my father. He's so vulnerable. He's so alone. Only Crystal.
Mama's handy enough to take the door off the hinges. She's got her thief's kit, and she can just jimmy this door right open.
Oh my God, the Alan son isn't here with me. Oh, no. Oh my God. Oh, we're all boned now.
Crystal can do it with like a Phillips and a hammer. She's got that. She doesn't need your weak ass Allen wrenches. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Right now I don't have a dog. Unfortunately, my dog, he passed away last year, Ziggy. Great dog, best dog I ever had. Go, Coco.
Oh shit, is that Ziggy? It's a pet cemetery fucking situation.
Oh shit.
Oh no, don't answer the door. Don't answer the door.
It's cool. I can change him. He's not going to kill anyone, I promise. I love you, Ziggy. Come back. But yeah, I have 5 cats now, and you know, I love them all to various degrees.
Wait. I'm sorry, stop. Slice, you have 5 cats?
Yes. One was my own.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
many.
About 5 years ago, my grandma came to live with us. We were in Maryland at the time, but my grandmother raised me, and I thought that it was only right that, my grandfather passed away in 2016. She was by herself, and I won't reveal her age because, a real lady never likes that information revealed, so, as she's told me. She's
46.
That's right. She looks great. I love her. And anyways, she came to live with us, and she had 4 cats at the time. I've always grown up with cats. My grandma was always the person in the neighborhood who people would abandon their cats in her vicinity because they knew that she would put food out for them and take care of them. She has a very good heart. She took me in and took care of me. But anyways, I loved cats as a kid, and growing up, I was like, yeah, cats are great. Cats are great. Well, my grandma moved in with her 4 cats, and Autumn and I, we had our cat, Lucy, who's a huge bitch, and she's very rude. She hisses at people. No, I love Lucy. She's very good to me, but to anyone else, she acts like a dog at first. She'll come up and be social, but the moment you try to pet her, she'll just hiss. There's been very few people I see come out there and she'll be like, oh no, all right, you're cool. But that happens very rarely. Anyways, Lucy started peeing everywhere when the other 4 cats came in. It's kind of to be expected, okay? I couldn't fault her too much. But, well, I'm going off on this naughty stuff. I want to get back to Ziggy, okay? Anyways, the cats pee a lot. That's it. So Ziggy, his problem, because I want to focus on good things. Ziggy, he was very leash reactive. So what that means is we couldn't really take him on walks easily because he got excited anytime a bike would go by or another dog, anybody, people. And Ziggy was a rescue, and whenever we adopted him, he was a wee pup, and they said he was part Dalmatian and part pointer. I had a Dalmatian growing up, so I said, oh, cool, he's adorable. Let's get him. As he started growing up, it became obvious that Ziggy was part pointer and part pit bull, and maybe a number of other things. So Ziggy looked scary, but Ziggy is a big softy, but people don't know that when you're walking down the road and you've got this dog on a leash, and he looks like a panda of death that's trying to come and kill you because he was a white and black dog, and and I would even take him to the dog park as long as when he wasn't on the leash, he would go play. He would get in there and he would like be the mediator of like conflicts at the dog park. He would get in the middle and try to break him up. Be like, no, we're cool. But once he was on that leash, oh, he was a terror, and it was awful. Like Autumn couldn't even really, she hated taking him for a walk because he would just pull her and, embarrass her and everything. And so, yeah, leash reactive dogs. That is my naughty right there. It was rough.
I have so many cats. I have a couple cats at home. Then Leanne has 3 cats. And outside of Leanne's house, there's an outside cat that we've sort of taken care of and built a house for. And of all the cats, one of my favorites is, her name is Sushi, and she's bipolar. She is the sweetest thing in the world, to me especially. But if you approach it the wrong angle, or if you rile her up a little bit, she will lop off an appendage. Like, she is the quickest, sharpest cat I have ever been around. I feel like I need to say something negative and positive about all the cats now in case they listen.
Pet Cemetery.
Trixie's a little too precious and needy. She, if you're walking and she wants attention, she will run in front of you and flop, hoping you don't step or trip on her. Filbert, he's just super needy as well, because I spend half my time here at Leanne's house. So when I get home to Filbert, he follows me around yelling at me the entire time, and I think it's kind of abusive. Now, Clementine, she's a precious angel and really doesn't do anything wrong.
Goody two-shoes.
I had a cat named Gus, and I'm pretty sure he was a Nazi. So I'll probably go with Gus.
Did he have a collection of Hummel figurines?
He did. I think his full name was Gustav.
He laid low in South America for a while before.
That's where I got him.
I knew it.
I was hiking the Amazon, and I thought I'd do one of those cool rescue stories you see on Facebook about taking a desperate animal from one country back to your country, like there aren't desperate animals in your fucking country. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I do. Also, Dwight, do you think that in like a weird parody of The Boys from Brazil, that cat might be like a clone of Hitler's cat? Do you think is that, does that scan?
The markings really made me think that, because there was just a little black mark right here, like right under the nose.
Mm-hmm. The signs were there.
And it didn't prance so much as like March.
It really makes me furious that I bet there's a real market for selling cats that look like Hitler these days. Like, this is a real money-making operation we have here.
Do you think we could somehow manage the Pogcast empire and the Hitler Cats empire at the same time?
Too much money.
I told you guys I had an idea to use AI for both evil and good, where I was just going to make dogs look like first responders and put like right-wing slogans above them and to sell them to assholes. Just knowing that they would sell out.
It's like the new Salt Life. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and of course you have your effete liberals like me who would buy those ironically.
Well, yeah, same.
Yeah. Dip it into both pools there.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to send it in the email. This is not for ironic liberal tears. This is for true red-blooded Americans who love dogs.
Dogs and freedom. And
Dogs,
firefighters.
freedom.
Any thin lines you can think of, we're down with them.
Guns.
Red ones, blue ones.
and you can have a musical theme in the background sung by Lean Greenwolf. Yes.
All right, polls last week. The hottest summer activity, traveling one. The hottest summer food, melons.
Yeah.
Won. And the naughtiest thing you ever did in a theater was farting during a tense scene. And if you would like to know what those things defeated, please listen to last week's podcast.
What they defeated were all of mine, yet fucking again.
I don't think you were shut out this week.
No.
I think all of your stuff had.
Okay,
had
all
votes.
right.
Yeah.
But we'd like to thank everyone for listening. And please just repeat doing that. Just keep doing it.
Yeah. Even watch us on YouTube. Put it up in the background if you want to.
That's the best way, because we're doing some great physical comedy.
Yes, exactly.
We're some Buster Keaton level podcasters.
If you want to see how triple jointed Dwight's wrist is for that Allen wrench action, you
got
gotta
to
watch.
video.
It's incredible. It's incredible. But watch it all.
The listeners are going to want to see how sweaty I get by the end of the show. So
It is like a wet t-shirt contest in here. And right now, me and Dwight are winning, and Sullivan. We're winning. Okay. And Coco too. That's what that bark was all about.
In the comments under the YouTube video, please, on a scale from 1 to 10, please rank how sweaty Beck is. And again, I thank you for listening, and we shall see you next week.
Yeah, please have a great week. Look forward for you to listen next week.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone. We love you.
Thank you for listening. This has been Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories and constant disappointments, as hosted by Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe. Editing and production by Michael Sullivan. Our theme is Handel's Entrance of the Queen of Sheba for Two Oboes, Strings, and Continuo Allegro, as performed by the Advent Chamber Orchestra. Crystal Howe speaking.